You don't need more time. I know that's not what it feels like. It feels like time is flying and you're the one running behind. But the math doesn't care how it feels. You have 168 hours this week. So does the person whose life you keep comparing yours to. Exactly the same 168 hours. So if it isn't time that you're short on, what is it? You're short on visibility. The hours aren't missing, they are invisible. And you can't manage what you can't see. And here's the thing that's hiding underneath that. Every one of those hours is either building the person you want to become or quietly decaying you. Time is like a double-edged sword, and right now you're swinging it blind. So I am going to hand you the whole fix right now, in the next 2 minutes, not at the end. A 1-week audit that drags every hidden hour into the light, and the single swap that decides whether this year of your life compounds or just quietly evaporates. Not promoting an app, not asking you to get up at 5 a.m., just want you to have a look, a deep look. 168 hours. Take out a full 8 a night of sleep and you've still got over 100 awake. By the best time use data we have, 30 to 40 of those quietly disappear into screens every week. A part-time job's worth of your life, spent by nobody's actual decision. And I'm not above it. I've lost multiple mornings to a quick check of my email and Instagram that I originally meant to last only 90 seconds and that ended up lasting for a few hours. Here's the deal for the next 10 minutes. The move that shows you where your week really goes. The one swap that changes your next year and the reason why it works even when willpower doesn't. Method first, proof right after. The whole thing is 3 steps and you can start step 1 today. See it, swap it, stack it. Step 1, see it. Before you manage a single hour, you make all of them visible. For 1 week, you write down where your hours actually go. And to be clear, you're not tracking every minute, that would be insane. You track in blocks. A block is just a chunk of your day, the couple of hours after you wake up, your commute to work, the slab of evening between dinner and sleep. Pretty much your waking day carved out into 2-hour blocks. Every few hours, you jot down what the last block actually held. Sleep, work, gym, dinner. 2 hours you genuinely can't account for. Write that down too, especially that. And ironically, the easiest place to start is already in your pocket. Open your phone's screen time dashboard. It has quietly logged your week for you. By the hour, broken down app by app. That's their biggest invisible drain already measured for you, for free. The offline blocks you fill in yourself. And by the end of the week, you're holding an honest picture of your own life in hours. Step 2, swap it. Now you go block by block and ask each one a single question. Is this carrying me toward the person I'm trying to become or away from them? Toward or away? Circle the away ones, be specific and a little ruthless. Take out the hours that quietly cost you, the mindless scroll, the third drink that fogs tomorrow, the show you're not even watching anymore. And trade one of them for an hour that pays you back. A walk in nature, 30 minutes on something you're actually making, creating, painting, writing, training for a marathon, reading a book, coffee with a friend, whatever you feel like. And here's the trick that makes the swap easy. Price the hour. Ask yourself what it would cost to simply buy it back. Sometimes it's a few dollars. Order the takeaway tonight instead of cooking and cleaning for 90 minutes straight. And you just bought yourself an hour for a walk or a breath session. That's not laziness, that's a trade. Money you have for time that you don't. This is the moment you stop being a passenger. This hour is yours. You get to decide what it builds. Step 3, stack it. You start small, 1 swap, and then you do the thing almost everyone skips. You log it. You mark that hour done. A tick, a win. Because a win you can actually see is what makes you want the next one. 1 swap, logged, becomes a habit, becomes a stack, which becomes a different year. See it, swap it, stack it. That's the entire method. And you could close this video right now and your next year would already bend towards a positive direction. But stay, because the reason this boring little audit beats every productivity system you've tried is genuinely strange, and it's where the science gets good. Start with the blindness because it isn't a willpower flaw. It's a design flaw in how we think about time. Managing your time assumes you already know where it goes. It's a tool for arranging hours that you can see. But most of your work isn't hours you can see. It's hours that happen to you. For example, the scroll between the two tasks, the evening that starts at 8 p.m. and is somehow gone by 11 with nothing to show for it. None of that is on a calendar. It just runs in the background, drawing down your limited supply of time a few minutes at a time. And the numbers are blunt. By the best surveys we have, the average adult spends around 5 hours a day on leisure, and the biggest single slice every year is a screen. Television alone is over 2.5 hours a day. Stack the phone on top, 3, 4, 5 hours depending on whose data you trust, and a part-time job worth of your week is just gone forever. Here's the psychology of why we never look. Reaching for a new planner feels better than facing where the time actually went. The planner is action, the audit is a mirror. And we'll do almost anything to avoid the mirror, so we optimize the 8 hours we already see, the work block, the gym slot, and feel productive for it. While the 30 hours bleeding out of the parts we never look at stay completely untouched. I spent years feeling busy and behind at the very same time, never quite clocking how both could be true at once. Busy in the hours I could see, and behind because of the hours that I couldn't. There's hard evidence that the looking itself is what moves you. A team at Casa Permanente once ran one of the largest weight loss studies ever done. Almost 1,700 people, everyone got the same diet and the same coaching. The one thing that varied was whether people kept a simple daily record of what they ate. The ones who wrote it down lost twice as much weight as the ones who didn't. Same plan, same effort. The only real difference was visibility. Psychologists call it self-monitoring, and it's one of the most reliable effects in all of behavior change. Just measuring something honestly starts to change it before you've added a shred of willpower. That is the entire engine for this audit. You make the invisible visible, and the seeing quietly does the first half of the work for you. Now the part that makes a swapped hour matter so much more than it looks, and it's the idea almost all time advice skips. Compounding. When you trade an hour away for a toward hour, you're not just improving this week by 1 hour, you're changing what next year is built out of. A toward hour isn't spent, it's invested. The reading, the training, the reps on the skills that's actually yours. Those don't just fill the hour, they leave something behind that's still there next week and the week after, quietly stacking. I once pictured this as ripples in an older video. Drop a stone in water. There's the vertical splash, what the hour does to you right now, how tonight actually feels. And then there are the horizontal rings, what the same hour does as it travels outward across weeks and years, compounding the whole way. And then it clicked for me, in a way that takes the whole pressure off. You only have to play half the game. Your half is small and almost boring. You pick the input, the 1 hour today, and you show up. That's it. You don't have to force the result or grind harder than everyone else. The other half, turning 1,000 small inputs into a genuinely different life, plays itself. Compounding runs in the background passively, exactly the way those away hours were draining you in the background before. Same invisible engine, you just point it your way for once. Do the work, give your honest attention to the input, and let go of the outcome, because the outcome was never the part you controlled anyway. My older video on Karma Yoga goes deep on this exact topic. So here's the essence that I want you to take from all of this. Time is a double-edged sword. The same hour can build you or decay you, and it is always doing one or the other, never nothing. It's exactly like the phone in your pocket. The same device can teach you a language or rot an entire evening. Time is neutral. What you pointed at is not. Every block that you don't choose on purpose, the sword still swings. It just swings towards decay by default. The whole move is simply about deciding on purpose which edge this hour gets handed to. Now I want to be straight because it matters. Not everyone has 30 loose hours to move around. Some of you are working 2 jobs, raising kids, carrying things I'm not, and your week is genuinely full of hours that were never a choice. If that's you, this isn't a lecture about wasting time. The audit still helps. It just works smaller. Even 1 hour, even 30 minutes that you didn't know you had. The point was never to overhaul your life by the next Friday. It's to stop acting blind to the part of you that can actually steer. Because the hours are going to pass either way. A year from now, those 168 weekly hours will all have been spent, no exceptions. The only open question is whether they were spent on purpose, with awareness, or on autopilot with none. So here's exactly what to do this week. 3 steps, and I built you a template so you can have some time back in your own life to use it. See it. For 7 days, log your hours in blocks, a few check-ins a day, plus whatever your phone's screen time already counted for you. Don't aim for perfect, aim for honest. Swap it. At the end of the week, mark each block toward, away, or neutral. Your gut already knows. Then circle one away block, the most obvious drain on the page, and trade it for one thing that pays you back. 1, not 10. And I'll be honest, seeing the shape of your week for the first time stings a little. Let it sting, because that sting is partially why this works. Finally, stack it. Do that one swap, then log it as a win, an actual tick on the page. Once it's automatic and you don't even feel it, you find the next away block and swap that. The audit isn't a one-time event, it's a lens you can pick up any week your life starts feeling foggy again. And it always shows you the same thing, where the hours are really going and which one to move next. There's a free template in the description below, a visual so you can see what a tagged week looks like, and a simple Excel tracker that adds up your toward and away hours for you. Grab it and do your first swap this week. So that's the whole thing. Every hour this week is going to land somewhere, leading you to a better version or a worse one. There is no neutral pile and there is no version where they don't get spent. The people who slowly become who they wanted to be almost never had more time than you have. They had the same 168 hours a week as you do. They just stopped swinging blind. They had a deep look, and they flipped a few hours from decay to build. And then they were patient enough to let those hours stack, while everyone else went hunting for a shortcut that doesn't exist. You don't need more time. You have 168 hours. Starting again this week, like always. The only thing you've been missing is the deep look. And now you have it, so take it. Track one honest week. Find 1 hour. Move it from one edge of the blade to the other. From decay to build. From away to toward. Then come tell me down below which hour you swapped and which one you're still scared to look at. I'm genuinely wanting to hear that. If your week looks a little different now than it did 10 minutes ago, subscribe and I'll see you in the next video. Ciao.